Hello everybody, welcome to another Yellow Chair Devotional. Let's do another science experiment together and then we'll learn some more about God, the Master Scientist. Today's, it's very simple. All you need is an orange and some water. Now you could do this in a sink, you could do it in the bathtub. We're gonna just do it here in my bowl of water. So I've got this bowl filled all the way up almost, and I put my orange in the water, and look at that. He's floating around. He's just bobbing around. I know that it's not a clear bowl, so you can't truly see that but you can see there, he's not touching the bottom. He's just going for a swim. Would you expect, this is a heavy orange. Wouldn't you expect it to sink? Yet it floats. Wonder why that is. Well, what happens if I take the peel off? Actually, I'm going to use a knife to get this started. What happens if I take the peel off of my orange? Do you think it's going to float still? Do you think it's going to sink? What makes it so that this orange, wow, this smells like a really tasty orange. This is a perfect snack. What makes it so that this orange is able to float in that water? Now, as I'm peeling this, I want you to start racking your brain. Where in the Bible are we going to turn today? What does floating on water, what Bible story do you think we might be looking at? As I continue getting the peel off. Okay, almost got it. This last little bit here. Okay, no more peel. And down it goes. Glub, glub, glub. Well, are you telling me that it's the peel? The orange peel that makes my orange float? Look at that peel just floating on top. Why is it the orange peel? Well, I want you to look close. You've noticed this on oranges before, but you probably never thought about this. Do you see how the orange peel, do you see how it's dimply? Right? It's dimply. And if you look really, really close, you're going to see that it's almost got all these tiny little circles on it. Circle, 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 circle. Almost like it's got these punches in it. And what that does is it acts like a life jacket. It acts like a life preserver, because what happens is it lets air fill in those little dimples, and that acts like an air pocket. It lowers the density of the orange so that it doesn't sink. So my peel, I obviously can't put it back on my orange and show you the orange floating again. But the peel is the life jacket. The air fills in those little dimples, all of those little holes, and acts like a really awesome life jacket for our orange. Now, where in the Bible do you think we're going? Well, we're going to a story that you've probably heard before. A story where Jesus walks on water. Oh man, did you guess it? Were you right? Matthew chapter 14. Matthew chapter 14, walking on water. Matthew 14 verse 22, here's what it says. Then Jesus made his followers get into the boat. He told them to go ahead of him to the other side of the lake. Jesus stayed there to tell the people they could go home, and after he said goodbye to them, he went up alone into the hills to pray. It was late and Jesus was there alone, and by this time the boat was already away on the lake. The boat was having trouble because of the waves, and the wind was blowing against it. Between 3 and 6 in the morning, Jesus' followers were still in the boat, and Jesus came to them. He was walking on the water. When the followers saw him walking on the water, they were afraid. They said, "It's a ghost," and cried out in fear. But Jesus quickly spoke to them. He said, "Have courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Peter said, Lord, if that is really you, then tell me to come to you on the water. And Jesus said, come. And Peter left the boat and he walked on the water. Oh my goodness. He walked on the water to Jesus. But when Peter saw the wind and the waves, he became afraid and he began to sink. He shouted, Lord, save me. Then Jesus reached out his hand and caught Peter. Jesus said, your faith is small. Why did you doubt? After Peter and Jesus were in the boat, the wind became calm. Then those who were in the boat worshiped Jesus and said, truly you are the Son of God. Wow. Wow. Walking on water. Now, have you tried to walk on water before? Or maybe you go, oh yeah, I've walked on water before when the lake is frozen over. All right. But think about this. When you've worn a life jacket or you have like a pool noodle and you're floating in the water, you're just weightless. Imagine seeing Jesus in a storm. Man, I don't like being in water if it's storming out, right? No, I'm getting out of the water. I'm going home. I'm going somewhere warm and dry. Imagine that storm. And Jesus walks on the water because he's the creator of the wind, the water, the lightning, the air. He's in charge of all of it, right? God's in charge of all of nature. Nature answers to God. God can say, stop, and it listens. And so, of course, Jesus can walk on that water. And they're so afraid by that. They're so afraid. Peter, he goes, Lord, if it's really you, ask me to come out. And he does. Jesus invites him out and Peter starts walking on water too. But then what does he do? He starts looking at the storm. He starts looking at all the other stuff going on. He takes his eyes off Jesus. He starts to doubt what's going on. We could almost say that he took his skin off. The orange peel came off. The life preserver came off, right? Because Jesus is our life preserver, isn't he? Jesus is the life preserver. And he starts to sink and he cries out to God. And Jesus pulls him out and he goes, just believe in me. Why did you doubt me? Have some faith. The air pockets are going to hold you up. Jesus goes, believe in me. Everything is possible. It's really hard sometimes when the storm of life is going on around us. It can be really hard to keep focused on Jesus. Oh, I get so distracted by the storm over here, or what's happening over here. Oh my goodness, that's going here. And sometimes we end up in this whirlpool spiral where we just feel like we're spinning around and around. Sometimes we might have an anxiety attack or a panic attack. We might just want to stay in bed with the covers over our head and not come out, because if I can just avoid all of the storm around me, it'll go away. But Jesus says, hey, I got this. You're in the palm of my hand. I am helping you every step of the way. I'm your life jacket. The storm, it's going to listen to what I tell it to do. Sometimes that storm's going to keep right on storming, but Jesus is still with us. It's not our circumstances. No, it's our faith. Jesus, I'm going to believe in you. I'm going to hold on to you. I'm going to keep my eyes on you, even though everything around me is going crazy. I know that you, Jesus, could get rid of the storm in my life with a snap of your fingers. But this storm is happening for a reason. I'm going to trust you. I'm going to keep my eyes on you. And I know that you'll be my life preserver through it. You're going to be the air pockets, the air that we breathe, the life that we live. Jesus has got us. Keep our eyes on him. Let's say a prayer together. Dear Jesus, we're so thankful that the storms of life, they come, they hit, they're hard, they're scary, but we believe in you. And because of that, we have your peace. We can walk on water. We can walk through these storms knowing that you are our life jacket. You are keeping us safe. You're going to deliver us through no matter what. And we just ask that whatever we're going through right now, just draw close to us in an extra special way. May we continue to trust you. May we not sink in the sea like Peter, but when we do, We know that you will be there when we cry out to save us and catch us. And we're thankful for that. And we're thankful for your love in your name. Amen. All right. Dive into some questions in the video description below. And then enjoy a snack. Man, this orange smells delicious. It is ready to be enjoyed. And I will see you next time.